Okay. Good evening. And welcome to everyone who's joining us on the internet. Well, the new Pope gave his first homily this morning. And I'm aware that there are thoughts and discussions going on that since the Fatima prophecies indicate that subsequent to them, there would only be two more popes, maybe, possibly, do you think that Pope Benedict may just be the reappearing of the Christ? Might he have more significance than otherwise might be expected? Well, my only response to that is, you're here, aren't you? You are the Christ. And you're here. You have come. Is that not what we've been talking about for months? You see, it's very easy to slip back into old habits. Looking out there, waiting for Him to come. Waiting for the one who has the answers. Well, that one is each of you. Let me ask this. If Pope Benedict was the second coming, or if Maitreya was the second coming, or if any other individuality was the second coming, do you think that he would walk in and say, your problems are solved? Do you think that you all would suddenly be swept up in illumination? Well, how honest are you all willing to be? How many of you really want to be swept up into illumination? How many of you want to let go of your cherished concepts? How many of you would want to find yourself having a different experience of yourself? In other words, how many of you would really be willing to change? You would sort of be put on the spot, all of you. Oh my God, it's time. The time has come. I have to wake up now. No more dilly-dallying. And then, in the back of your mind, you rapidly think about where you put those boots with the real sturdy spiked heels that you will be able to use to dig in as you're pulled forward faster than you want to be pulled. Many of you would say, this is not fair. I'm not supposed to be forced to wake up. Maybe it's my birthright, but nobody has the right to force me to do it when they say to do it. Stop waiting. Stop waiting for someone else. Stop waiting for me to come out there. I'm already coming in the quiet of your very own minds. I'm already here to help you show up as who you are. And stop pretending that you aren't. And stop believing that you aren't. And stop acting like you aren't. You're here. The Christ has come. You're here. You exist. You are conscious now on this planet, on this day, in this moment of conscious awareness. And in this moment of conscious awareness is just as good as any other moment of conscious awareness to stop the farce. To stop pretending that you aren't what you are. And that somebody else will be it for you. Pope Benedict is the Christ, just like you are the Christ. How much of it he will be willing to embody remains to be seen. Just as how much of it you are willing to embody remains to be seen. So attend to yourself. And don't delay on attending to yourself because you're waiting for so-and-so to appear. Or to see if so-and-so will be the Christ. If so-and-so will step up to the plate. You see. It's just a distraction. It's all a distraction from your finding yourself in a place of delightful discovery of what you are. The delightful discovery of going up the stairs without moving your feet, 3 inches off the ground, all the way up. It's discovering that you have the capacity to look at what your old habits of perception would have determined to be ungodlike, and seeing God there. And having the pleasure of seeing God there, and not being fooled anymore into believing that it's something else and then suffering from your belief. It's a pleasant experience. It's an experience of discovery. So, I just wanted to take a moment to get everybody back on track. Let Pope Benedict be the Christ. Let Joe Blow down the street be the Christ. And you bring your attention more significantly within you, paying attention to your capacity to be what you already divinely are, with enough curiosity to let more of what you divinely are into your frame of reference. This is a course in sudden shifts of perception. Well, hey, you can all be very happy if Pope Benedict has sudden shifts of perception, but until you have yours, so what? You're not having your joy. And not having your joy means that you will not be experiencing the fulfillment of being. Remember, verb, the fulfillment of being that it's yours to be. And that's what I want for you, and that's what you want for yourselves. Don't delay it by waiting for someone else to do it. Okay, let's go to the book. The inclusiveness of creation. Nothing beyond yourself can make you fearful or loving, because nothing is beyond you. Now let's go back to the first three words and get the emphasis in the right place. The wrong place is nothing beyond you, nothing out there, nothing beyond you can make you fearful or loving. And here's the correct emphasis. Nothing beyond yourself can make you fearful or loving, because nothing is beyond you. This is important because you always determine for yourself whether an experience is a fearful or a loving one, whether an experience is one that should cause you fear or inspire love in you. It is not the experience that determines it, it's the definitions you give. Nothing beyond yourself can make you fearful or loving, because nothing is beyond you. You are a singularity. You are the presence of mind that is mind being consciousness. Nothing is going on outside of that, because there is no outside to it. Continuing, time and eternity are both in where? Your minds. And will conflict until you perceive time solely as a means to regain eternity. Time isn't out there. Eternity isn't out there. Consciousness is infinite and all. It is therefore ever present, omnipresent. And omnipresence is eternity. Now, another way of saying this is, instead of time and eternity are both in your minds, illusion and truth are both in your minds, and will conflict until you perceive time, an illusion, solely as a means to regain eternity, what is real. You cannot do this as long as you believe that anything which happens to you is caused by factors outside yourself. See, this is why it's so important to consciously embrace a shift of perception instead of just waiting for it to come. You can consciously embrace identifying yourself as a physical body, a tiny thing in the middle of a huge universe. Or you can identify yourself with the conscious awareness that you are, in which all experiences are going on. You see? You're all easily overwhelmed by the infinity of creation, the diversity of it, the incredible beauty, no matter how close up you get or how far back you stand, you all get overwhelmed with all of this stuff, all of this conscious experience. And you don't let it register with you that all of it is going on in your mind. Or better put, all of it is going on in mind, in the conscious experience of being. You're not a small object in the middle of billions, trillions, gazillions of other objects, infinitely. You're the overlooked, ignored mind in which all of these experiences are going on. You are the boundaryless mind. This very conscious awareness that you're experiencing as you listen to me speak and hear the sound of Paul's voice and see the things in the room. Continuing, you must learn that time is solely at your disposal, and that nothing in the world can take this responsibility from you. Well, what responsibility? The responsibility to use time to regain eternity. You can use the time you seem to have to waste time, or you can use the time to wake up. You can use time to stay in the illusion a little bit longer, or you can use time by means of giving your attention to those things that will promote your awakening. You see, you can exist in fear of what will happen. You can exist in fear of what your government is going to do, or another government is going to do, or what an axis of evil is going to do, or a certain race of people is going to do, or whether or not a meteor is going to come and destroy the whole earth. You can exist in a myriad of thoughts. You can exist in a practice of placing your attention on things that will not promote a sudden shift of perception, you see? Or you can spend your time giving your attention to those things which will promote a sudden shift of perception. You can give your attention to being a tiny, minuscule little thing in the middle of an unpredictable universe. Or you can give your attention to the idea that you are the conscious awareness in which all conscious experiences are occurring. And you don't have to imagine being conscious awareness, because you know right at this moment you are conscious and you're experiencing being conscious. That's not some radical ethereal idea. You are right now conscious. You say, I'm alive. But that means I'm conscious of being. I'm having conscious experiences. You have, you say, a mind, and I'm saying, mind, that mind is what you are. And that mind is boundaryless. Right now, these ideas promote sudden shifts of perception. You must learn that time is solely at your disposal, and that nothing in the world can take this responsibility from you, and I'm adding, of using that time constructively for the purpose of nurturing sudden shifts of perception that will constitute waking up. Continuing, you can violate God's laws in your imagination. Only place you can violate God's laws. In your imagination. But you cannot escape them. What are God's laws? Well, you might say, well, thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. It's a lot of no-nos, isn't it? But God's laws are that love prevails. Love is the law. The being of love is your function. The capacity to be what you are is inherent in you and can never be taken away. And what you are, as what I am being right there where you are, is all there is of you, and it's everything. And it's all inclusive. And not a single brother or sister or leaf or ant or planet or solar system is left out of it. Nor is your brother's mind left out of it. You are all joined totally and completely. Now, these are God's laws because these are what the truth is. The truth, let's say the unchangeableness of truth, is God's law. You see? You can violate God's laws in your imagination, but you cannot escape from them. In other words, the truth about you remains the truth about you no matter what you imagine. That's not complicated, is it? They were established for your protection and are as inviolate as your safety. God created nothing beside you, and nothing beside you exists, for you are part of Him. What except Him can exist? Nothing beyond Him, God, can happen, because nothing except Him is real. When it says God created nothing beside you, it means God created nothing unlike you. God is a singularity, and all of creation reflects that singularity. All of creation is that singularity rendered experienceable. Nothing beyond Him can happen because nothing except Him is real. Your creations add to Him as you do, but nothing is added that is different because everything has always been. What can upset you except the ephemeral? Everybody know what ephemeral means? Something that's short-lived. Something temporary. What can upset you except the ephemeral? And how can the ephemeral be real if you are God's only creation and He created you eternal? Meaning not temporary, not short-lived. You see, that which is temporal has to be an illusion. Anything you see that seems to come and go is a misperception of an eternally divine idea in the mind of God. What can upset you except that which isn't real? Believing that it's real. What can upset you except the ephemeral? And how can the ephemeral be real if you are God's only creation and He created you eternal? Your holy will establishes everything that happens to you. Every response you make to everything you perceive is up to you because your will, what? Determines your perception of it. And you understand this. There's the old idea expressed that somebody gives you a bunch of lemons. What do? Complain about it or make lemonade? All depends on where you're standing and what your attitude is. You can either see it as a problem or an opportunity. Every response you make to everything you perceive is up to you because your will determines your perception of it. Again, your holy will establishes everything that happens to you. Does it establish that you get a bunch of lemons? No. But you know what? As I mentioned last week, you are the Christ. You are going through your days employing capacities that are absolutely divine to have an experience that is either limited or unlimited. But at all times you are the totality, the ultimate of what God has created right there where you are. So, your holy will establishes everything that happens to you. And if you use your holy will to insist that you are tiny, a little tiny hunk of flesh, born of woman, and a few days and full of trouble, that will be your experience. Because your holy will determines how you're going to experience anything. You can use it well or you can use it poorly. But it doesn't change the fact that that which is using it is ultimate. The Christ. The presence of God. Every response you make to everything you perceive is up to you because your will determines your perception of it. Now, you don't have two kinds of will. You don't have a human will and a divine will. You have a divine will which you're using well or poorly. That's all there is to it.